active afternoon, and that's going to continue into the evening hours with more neighborhoods in the Las Vegas Valley getting some rain. Earlier today on the Doppler radar, we were watching a couple of showers on the east side of town. They produced about 1/3 of an inch of rain in 20 minutes. Some street flooding there. That has simmered down. Down in Boulder City, also near Heritage Park and Henderson, they got about 1/4 of an inch of rain. That has since dissipated. But now we're focusing on this cluster that is moving into Mesquite. Anytime we get these storms that move from the northeast down the I-15 corridor toward the Las Vegas Valley, they do pack a pretty good wind punch. In fact, the mother of all those storms happened in August of 1994 when it knocked over the Hilton sign. That was pretty wild. Now, that Hilton sign was allegedly guaranteed for winds in excess of 150 miles per hour. That thunderstorm produced winds of 80 miles per hour. Do want to make it clear, we are not expecting 80-mile-per-hour winds with this cluster moving in and toward the Las Vegas Valley, but historically they do pack a punch, and these will probably blow 30 to 40 with a few stronger gusts. We're thinking after 8 p.m. tonight if they hold together. More on that, full forecast, just a couple of minutes away. Tricia?
All right, Kevin, thank you. And check this out right here. The on-ramp from Flamingo westbound of US 95 is closed right now because of flooding. And you can see all of the water right there on the roadway. That's where we find Sean Delancey. He's on the ground. How's it looking at this hour?
Yeah, Tricia, the good news is that we are drying up just a little bit here in the central eastern part of the valley, right here underneath Interstate 515, right by Flamingo. They have just opened one lane of the on-ramp southbound as we lose a little bit of that water right around the curve of the bend there. But we are still seeing a lot of water on the surface streets at that point. The last time we joined you at 5 o'clock was over by Nellis and Boulder Highway, just a few blocks away from here, and there was several inches of water on that roadway, enough that as cars were driving through it, a gray Honda, smaller car, drove through and stalled, got stuck in the middle of the roadway, and then several emergency vehicles had to go around it, even up onto the center divider, to try and go around that vehicle as they were responding to some kind of emergency further out to the east. So while we are drying up just a little bit here, again in the central eastern part of the valley from that rainstorm that rolled through this area just around 3 o'clock, you can still run into some of those situations. So remember, do not drive into high water. You could stall your vehicle, and even with just a few inches, your car can lift up. And if it's rushing, it could be carried away. So just make sure through the rest of the evening that you're careful out here on these roadways. For right now, underneath the 515, I'm Sean Delancey.